Hello, Nano Lover. In this video, I'm going to guide you on how to determine the correct measurements for our NANOslim wefts and structures. The first point is to understand that some kits will have from 1 to 4 wefts. What does that mean? It means that this kit contains hair from the same head, since we only work with Brazilian hair. In other words, some people when they cut their hair will have more quantity, others less. This can vary from the length. Shorter hair compared to longer hair differs in weight, amount, and how much the machine yields. Long hair yields less than short hair. Short hair will always yield more. So it's very common for us to have smaller kits with more wefts and larger kits with fewer wefts. And this means that we can split up this kit. Contact us via WhatsApp or Telegram and we can split up the kit if you don't need all the wefts, or you can purchase the complete kit and keep some wefts for future replacement. You've two options. The point is there are actually two important measurements you need to understand, which are the length and the weft circumference measurements on the head. When we talk about the length measurement of the hair, we really mean the actual size. We have a chart on our website where you can see the length. We use shoulder, bust, waist, and hips for reference. These are body measurements, reference points on the body, so we can roughly indicate the length of that hair. But we always have to consider the client's height versus the length she wants. For example, for a very tall client, say 1.90 meters, hair that is 70 centimeters long will look very different on her compared to a client who's 1.60 meters, right? There's a 30 centimeter difference, so we need to take that into account. That's why we include these reference points. Shoulder, bust, waist, hips. Very good. When you're looking for a size reference, it's a good idea to have a measuring tape to figure out where to measure to find the ideal length for your desired result. Now, with the measuring tape in hand, I'm going to show you, regarding my height, how would our length references look? Okay, well, you're going to stand in front of the mirror and always place this tape about 2 fingers below the top of your head. So you can roughly calculate your reference for your hair length, since longer hair may lower the reference points a bit more. Very short hair needs the wefts to be placed right at the top, and in a moment I'll explain that to you. So what you do is very carefully measure approximately 2 fingers from the very top of your head. Then position the tape measure, and with your head held straight, looking forward, measure the exact hair length you want, just to be sure and precise. Just so you have a better idea, the hair I'm wearing right now, wavy and styled, measures 49 centimeters in total. That's exactly what I mean when I say that hair measuring 50 or 55 centimeters usually reaches bra level at the bust, okay? Does that make sense to you? I'm 1 meter and 69 centimeters tall. So by positioning the tape high, I can even feel my screen, right? Which is positioned exactly where I'm placing it, which is the top weft, the highest one. So you measure, let's suppose I want hair down to my waist, right? So the waist, I can mark the waist and then bring the tape down. You'll be standing in front of the mirror. And here I have hair that's 60 centimeters long. What if I wanted hair down to my hips? Then I mark the line of my hips, all right? Which is the longest line. I position the tape. Let me see if it's on the right side, and I bring it up to my hip. So here I have hair that's 80 centimeters long. This reference is for when you see hair on the website and have doubts about the length, you can check it by always placing the tape at the highest point. Let's suppose the website shows hair that's 45 centimeters long. I've already marked the 45. I can see where this hair will fall on me. Now, after it's been applied, right, after the wefts are attached, you can cut it. So essentially, what you need to understand is the proper placement of the wefts for the length, and also fully realize and appreciate that they give you the option to make a good cut with the wefts already positioned on your head. NANOslim, very different from other weft techniques, is extremely versatile. It is very anatomical. While many wefts don't allow for this small circular shape to follow the rounded contour of the head, NANOslim does make that possible. Here I have a basic model drawn on the head Here, as you can clearly see, the wefts are actually very anatomical in their structure. This is exactly how my top screen is carefully applied. I use 2 screens, so I always position the top screen and 1 3 fingers below, smaller. My kit has 2 wefts. Here, I'm drawing a kit for you with 3 screens, but there are possibilities, yes, for more screens. It depends on the length of the hair. If a client has very short hair, we might need to position a weft that we call a horseshoe, and I'm going to draw it here for you. But this is more or less exactly how our wefts are positioned. Always very circular, very rounded, and very anatomical, okay? And for the second weft, if you want a reference for the measurement of the middle weft, which is this one here, instead of placing the tape at the top, you measure 2 fingers above your ear. So look at the base here, the tip of your ear. Measure 2 fingers above, place the tape, and see the length of the middle weft, the intermediate weft. And this is more or less how the screens will be positioned on your head. For cases involving oncology clients, oncology patients, or those who have had a chemical haircut and their hair is very, very short, we can even make a weft right at the top, imagining that this is the center, and we will always position this weft with the hair parted down the middle. It's more difficult to create bangs in this case. So we'll have a screen model here that basically looks something like this. With this anatomy, it is positioned about 1.5 to 2 fingers away from the center, really creating that horseshoe effect, which is different from our top weft that forms a circular and anatomical shape. However, all NANOslim wefts can make this curve. They really hug your head. And this is the main difference that brings comfort to your daily life. Well, in this video, I explained to you the anatomy of our wefts, how they are applied, their shape, and that most of the top wefts are 31 centimeters long. But in some cases, during the video assessment, we will need to determine your wefts. It may be that you need a kit that is completely customized for you, taking into account your hair texture, the shape of your head, and mapping your head to create the application of wefts that are ideal for you. That's why we always remind you, do your online assessment via WhatsApp or Telegram. It's a scheduled assessment. You get in touch, we set up a time, and at that moment we'll talk, evaluate your case, your hair, and if none of the kits on our website are suitable for your situation or your needs, we'll create your personalized NANOslim kit. And for any other questions, just reach out on WhatsApp or Telegram. We're always here, waiting for you, ready to help whenever you need us. Come join NANOslim too.